Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to take a look at the new Elite 105 Scott Steiner, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to convert this guy into an Ultimate. This suggestion is coming from All About Bodybuilding 1550. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is a nice looking figure, especially for an Elite. He does have nice big biceps here. We'll reuse that part of these arms. I do have a set of boots that are very close to what he has, only these have the toe articulation like the rest of the Ultimates. These are coming from a Best of Ultimate Edition #1 Triple H. And the rest of the parts are going to come from this Ultimate Warrior. This is a Best of Ultimate Edition 2 Ultimate Warrior. This is from based on his look in Halloween Havoc 98 when he faced off against Hogan. Give me a second, I'll get this figure out of the package and we'll be right back. There, as we can see, they are pretty similar in height. The skin tone is pretty close, so these arms should match up nicely with this torso, and we're gonna have to leave these shoulders in. There is a tattoo up here we'll remove on the Warrior. So let's go ahead, we'll get some water boiled and we'll get started right away. All right, we're back. We'll go ahead, we'll start dropping these guys in the water. We'll start taking them apart. Again, this is just water straight out of my kettle, boiling water. Relax, you're not going to hurt your figures. I know I've said this a million times, but I will say it again. You know, we're only leaving them in here for 30, 60 seconds, 2 minutes at the most. You know, we're not simmering them on the stove, so we're not going to melt anything. I'm going to pause the video and I'll take this guy out when he's ready. It's probably been long enough for him. We'll go ahead and we'll take him out. Pull off those hands, the head, boots, and the biceps. These are a little bit harder to get off. They seem a little tight. I'm actually going to throw them back in the water for a few more seconds. We'll go ahead and we'll give that a try. Whew. There, much easier. All right, so this guy is ready to crack. We'll set him aside. We'll throw the Warrior in there. We'll get him apart. Again, I'll bore you the wait time. I'll pause the video and we'll be right back. All right, we'll see if that's good enough for the Warrior. Those hands and wristbands off. Most of this stuff does come off pretty easy. I find it's the boots and disconnecting the arms from the shoulders that are probably the hardest to get off, and they usually require dropping them back in the water for a little bit. I will see if that's long enough. Now, I do realize I don't really need to take these legs off, but I kind of like to when I'm cracking Ultimates just to get them out of the way. Also, I will probably reuse these for another custom or for kit bashing or something like that, and I don't want to slip with my knife and cause any damage to them. So that's kind of why I take off everything that I can. Including the legs. These are a little tight too. I'm going to throw them in the water and we'll skip ahead to the torso cracking of the Elite and the Ultimate. I'm going to speed those up just because I've gone through that process in a lot of my other videos. If you need more information on torso cracking, be sure to check out my Elite and Ultimate torso cracking videos. All right, welcome back, guys. And I ended up, after taking a closer look, these are a different thigh. I thought this was just a regular mold, but it seems to be a reuse of the original Ultimate figure. I was expecting the legs to be on a ball like this, but they're not. And for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to break these legs off. I'll just be very careful. So I've gone ahead. I've got some new hot water here. I'm going to start with cracking Mr. Steiner here. I'm going to throw him in the water. Well, I'm going to leave him in there for about 2 minutes, and then I am going to crack him with this trusty slotted screwdriver. We'll be right back. All right, before I go too much further, I'm going to do a little tattoo removal. And to do that, I'm just going to use some regular old acetone and a Q-tip. So just dip your Q-tip, and you don't need a lot. You just kind of rub it right off. If only it were this easy in real life. You can see that cleans it up nicely, and it doesn't really dull the plastic too bad. I've heard of people also using a product called Goof Off. I've never tried it myself, but I heard it works really well. When I'm done, I actually like to give them a little rinse just in my hot water just to make sure that acetone is off and I don't accidentally rub it on some other pieces. All right, I'm going to refresh this hot water. We'll put this guy together. All right, we got all the parts we need. We'll go ahead, we'll throw the arms, the original arms off the Elite and the Triple H boots in hot water. We'll throw the head in there as well, and we'll give them a couple minutes. Here you can kind of get an idea of how this torso will look. While those are getting ready. Now, I have seen like probably the best Ultimate Scott Steiner conversion. I believe it was Mania Figs used an Ultimate Warrior torso with an Ultimate Edition 7 Hollywood Hogan stomach piece, which looked fantastic. Although those Ultimate Hogans are hard to come by anymore, and this was the only Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Warrior that Ringside had available. So this is the one that I went with. Let's see if these arms are ready. Arms aren't too hard to figure out, but if you're really not sure, they are stamped with an L and R on the inside, so when in doubt. And those arms fit fantastic. The skin tone is very, very close. It's hardly noticeable. The main thing is there's no gap there. Oh wow, this figure is going to look fantastic. Boots are easy enough. You can just look on the bottom and figure out which one is which. All right, now this is how he looks, and I am very impressed with how this Ultimate turned out. I will actually glue this piece on. I usually just put a little dab of a gel-based crazy glue just on those points there and the two up there. And what I'll do is I'll snap that in, and then I like to let him lay on his back overnight and dry, just so none of the glue runs and seizes any of these joints. But for the purposes of this video, I will do that after. Let's go ahead and get this stuff out of the way, and we'll put some gear on him and see how he looks all dressed up. Here he is with all his gear on, and I gotta say, he looks fantastic. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. If you got any ideas or you got any questions, feel free to just leave that in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.